Are you grumpy? Grumpy all the time? Nobody likes you. I'm kidding. Well, they might not like you. I don't know. Grumpiness is simply, number one, a mood. It's just a mood. It's just an emotional state, a prolonged emotional state. That's what a mood is. A prolonged emotional state. That's all it is. We as adults, and certainly if you're parents teaching your children, need to accept the fact that being grumpy is a normal, healthy mood. We should not feel guilty or shameful for feeling grumpy, nor should we make sure people we are around feel grumpy, that they should feel shameful or guilty too. What's wrong with you? You need to cheer up. You need to smile. That's your problem. That's your, see, grumpiness is okay. The first thing is it's just okay. It's just a mood. Moods are normal and healthy, and moods come and go. So let them come and go. That's no big deal. If you're in a bad mood, you're grumpy, it doesn't mean you're depressed. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that life's over, or you're suicidal. It doesn't mean the day's ruined. You're just in a bad mood. So the first step is just to acknowledge it's just moodiness. It's grumpy. Okay, you're grumpy. All right. So what? Grumpy. The second thing is, if you are grumpy, is to ask the question, why am I grumpy? Now, the best way to do this is of course, to pause and be self-aware. We call this being self-observant, being mindful of the emotional state we're in. But if picture yourself as a child, and you had a little child, and you're looking at the child, and you say, not, what's wrong with you, dummy, or stupid, or all these bad names sometimes people say to themselves. Instead, you look at the child and you say, baby, what's wrong? Why are you grumpy? What happened? Did something happen? You say it on the inside. You pause and go, did something happen? And really pause for a second and see if something comes up in your mind. It might be nothing. It might be something as simple as and common as, I'm hungry. It might be I'm tired. It might mean I didn't sleep well. It might mean my friends didn't want to hang out with me. It might mean my boss fussed at me. If you just listen to something, there's going to be some kind of complaint probably that comes up. Whatever the complaint is, address it. Address it. So if you say, like, I'm just sleepy, you go, oh, okay, I'm sorry you're sleepy. We'll get some good rest later on. I'm hungry. Yeah, okay, well, I'll tell you what. We'll see what time it is. All right, well, we'll get something to eat in a little bit. I don't want to work today. I want to go play. Yeah, me too. What, can we go play? Let's go play. Or do I need to get this job done? And we say, let me finish this job and we'll take a 10-minute walk, or play a video game for 30 minutes, or veg out or something. I don't know. The point is, you just acknowledge it, and you acknowledge where the thing is. You don't feel guilty for it. You just acknowledge it, and then try your best to validate that reason, and then do something about it. Your grumpiness will start feeling better. But the main thing is, well, those two main things go together. One is it's to acknowledge that it's okay. You don't need to feel guilty or shameful for feeling grumpy. The second thing is to acknowledge that there's probably a reason why you feel grumpy. Now, of course, another reason of being grumpy might be just simply neurological. Maybe you have a disorder. Maybe you're physically sick. Maybe there's something. Maybe. Okay. Most people, that's not true. Most people, that just comes and goes. My third thing I'd say is this. If you find yourself grumpy often, it could be signs of a disorder. But the first thing I'd go to is to figure out there's probably some type of childhood need inside of you that's not getting met. So what is it? What is it? I'm around people at times where they can be super, super, super happy, woo, and then sometimes their just mood is so down. Well, that might be a sign of being bipolar. It can be, or even borderline personality disorder. But if a person's not that extreme or that low, and doesn't fit all the criteria of those disorders, maybe they just find themselves pretty grumpy. Some people there's a pattern there. We want to pay attention to it, not feel guilty for it, not feel shame because of it. Just pay attention to it. So how do I do that? Is there any pattern where I'm grumpy? I'm grumpiest when I haven't eaten. Some people are grumpy when they're hungry. Okay, well, all right, your blood sugar's low. Okay, well, that's the case. You can be less grumpy if you eat more, or eat better, or eat more often. You just pay attention to it. Maybe you haven't worked out in a long time. For a lot of people, the problem is interrelational. That is to say, they have desires and wishes, and they do not speak up for themselves. I'll have a different video about self-confidence and having a self-assertion. But oftentimes, people are grumpy because they feel taken advantage of, or hurt, or condescended, and they don't have a voice. They don't think they do. They don't feel like they do have a voice for themselves, and so it makes them grumpy. That is to say, they're hurting on the inside. That turns to anger, and anger comes out as grumpiness. Or the bottom line, you could be like my wife, addicted to Diet Coke. You don't have Diet Coke, you're just grumpy. I mean, it could be something simple as Diet Coke and chocolate and whatever, shopping. Whatever. I'm trying to pick up all the superficial things. That's it. God bless you. I'll see you next time.